So I talked about Vegard Ulvang. Now I'm talking about Daniel Pearl, and I'm going to talk about William Lassell here in a second. Now, Daniel Pearl, he is an American journalist. He worked for the Wall Street Journal, and he was working as a South Asia bureau chief based, in Mumbai, India. The Wall Street Journal infamously, he was kidnapped by Islamist militants when he went to Pakistan as part of an investigation into the alleged links between the British citizen Richard Reed, known as the Shoe Bomber, and Al-Qaeda, and Daniel Pearl was killed by his captors. Ahmed Omar Saeed Sheikh, a British national of Pakistani origin, was sentenced to death by hanging for Pearl's abduction and murder in 2002, but his conviction for murder was overturned by a Pakistani court in the summer of 2020. So, his body was discovered May 16th, 2002. And so Daniel Pearl is a martyr for journalism. He's a martyr for the freedom of the press. All he was doing was just researching the connection between Richard Reed and Al-Qaeda. And this was 2002. So this was just after 9/11. So that's Daniel Pearl. I was talking about Vegard Ulvang, Daniel Pearl. And then last but not least, all these three men are more worthy of talking about than that goddamn Christopher motherfucking Columbus. Okay, so William Lassell. William Lassell founded Triton. He founded Triton, a moon on Neptune. He found Triton, a moon on Neptune. He's a British astronomer. So William Lassell, 1846, October 10th, 1846. He's going to discover Triton. And Triton is the largest natural satellite of the planet Neptune. It's the first Neptunian moon to be discovered. It's the only large moon in the solar system with a retrograde orbit, which means it's an orbit in the direction opposite to its planet's rotation. Because of its retrograde orbit and composition similar to Pluto, Triton is thought to have been a dwarf planet captured from the Kuiper Belt. So that's a little bit about Triton. Now here's a little bit about Neptune. Neptune is referred to as one of the solar system's two ice giant planets. The other one being Uranus, being composed primarily of gases and liquids. Neptune has no well-defined solid surface. The planet orbits the sun once every 165 years at an average distance of 30 AU, 4.5 billion kilometers, 2.8 billion miles. It's named after the Roman god of the sea, Poseidon. Poseidon is the Greek god of the sea and has the astronomical symbol, something representing Neptune's trident. Okay, so that's William Lassell. William Lassell is worthy of celebrating. William Lassell looked through a telescope and discovered new lands. He didn't go to Neptune and then kill a bunch of, native Taino and Arawak. He didn't kill 500,000 people. No, William Lassell didn't have to kill anybody to discover Triton. And they found Triton 10 days after they found Neptune. So did he find motherfucking Neptune first? And then Triton? And then how many goddamn moons are there in fucking Neptune? Hey Neptune, how many moons you got? It says it's the largest, so there at least has to be one other moon, right? Voyager 2 stopped by Triton. Voyager 2 knows what's up. Voyager 2 is the only spacecraft to have visited Neptune. It flew by the planet August 25th, 1989. So Daniel Pearl is more worthy of a person to talk about than Christopher Columbus. Vegard Ulvang is more worthy of a person to talk about than Christopher Columbus. And William Lassell is more worthy to talk about than Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, what'd he do? He started the slave trade, the triangular slave trade. Not just the physical slave trade, but the sex slave trade too. So he started the physical slave trade, the sex slave trade, probably any and other slave trades that he could come up with too. And then he killed 500,000 Taino Arawak people. So he didn't just come over here and discover America. He became a governor of some of these islands. And while he was the governor of some of these islands, he was a butcher and used them as slaves. And then once he killed all the native peoples, then he needed to import Africans in order to do the free labor, in order to do the crap labor. So, yeah, Christopher Columbus, talk about 1619 project. Let's just do a 1492 project, you know? But Vegard Ulvang, he's a cross-country skier. He won 3 gold medals in 1992. Daniel Pearl is a martyr for democracy, the republic, for our right to, freedom of the press. Daniel Pearl got fucking decapitated, man. That story is crazy. And did Richard Reed? Was he connected to Al Qaeda? Hey, chill out! Chill out! God. They can be so freaking mean to each other. If you hear them, I don't care if they're playing, but God, if you hear them in pain, why do you keep going? Daniel Pearl, R.I.P. William Lassell, R.I.P. Vegard Ulvang, you're still around. I'm going to read some of this Daniel Pearl, but that's 3 names. Those are 3 names better than Christopher Columbus.